Hello, America, FBI and CIA agents, and fellow cult members. Welcome to Culture Club USA. I'm Dubrava. And today's riddle is, when vagabond gypsy queens speak flippant tales of virtue and wisdom, their beauty becomes the only note of mention. Clever ears lose attention as ideologies need comprehension, because the song remains the same as do the players in the game. In the rash pursuit of fame, their names will fade, chasing acclaim. Okay, in today's episode of OnlyFans on Trial, a rock-tatted, unmysterious gypsy hustler crawls her way onto the Disruptors podcast to spout relationship advice, as the host sits back and plays nice. Let's try to make some sense of this. You ready? Let's dive in.
What do you mean?
Well, is there an area in human interaction, in relationships, whether it's dealing with narcissists, that no one's really addressing?
Yeah. I mean, I've heard people talk about this. It's starting now, but it's not spoken enough about. Everybody is looking for the right person, right? What is the right person to you? It can be an educated man, a businessman, someone who's high up there, whatever it is, like whatever I want. Before I go out there and put it out there and ask the universe for it or try to attract it, am I these things?
Hold on. Is she wearing her own shirt on this podcast? She's wearing a shirt with herself on it. You do realize it, right? I mean, this is a very interesting looking woman, okay? But I mean, like, she's giving relationship advice dressed like that. Like, what are we, she's wearing a shirt with herself on it. And she's sitting here talking about narcissist. Where is this going? How are you giving advice? And you're supposed to be some kind of faux psychologist like Sadia Khan. And you're wearing a shirt with your face on it talking about narcissist. I mean, hello. She's mentally ill. She's mentally ill. There's no way around it.
Or try to attract it. Am I these things? I cannot attract something if I'm not that thing. So before you go out there and say, hi, I want this, I want that, I want that, are you all these things? Are you healed? Because a lot of women say, I want a healed man. Okay, are you healed, babe? Babe, I want a man who's done the work.
Do people say that? I want a healed man, babe.
He's sitting here like, oh God, this is going to be so good. I'm going to let her just talk her way into the mess. I mean, he's just sitting. You know what? At first glance, okay, this guy, she showed up and he was like, ooh, God. Martha, book me a room tonight. Champagne on ice, do the works, okay? I'm gonna be done here in about 2 hours. You're not gonna see me for like 4 days, all right? Then she started talking and he's like, no, why? I'm just trying to find a hot woman. Jesus, I was ready to buy a Harley. Okay? Can you imagine? Because, guys, you know these hosts that are men are sitting here looking at like the hottest chicks, you know, and he's like, please, one normal one. I just need one and I'll do good. Okay? You see where this is going, right?
A lot of women say, I want a healed man. Okay, are you healed, babe? Babe, I want a man who's done the work.
Do people say that? I want a healed man, babe.
Yeah. No, that's my response to her. So, like, if a guy says, I want a healed woman, are you a healed man? I want a woman who takes care of her body, goes to the gym. Do you take care of your body and go to the gym? I want a woman that is kind. Are you kind? I want a woman that's successful. Are you successful? I want a woman that has good mental health and dealt with her childhood trauma. Have you dealt with your childhood trauma? So before you go out there, deal with your shit first.
No man is thinking any of that stuff. You know what the man is thinking about? I just want a hot woman that really looks like you. I'll deal with the tats. I like it. Tats are hot. You know how to work it. I just want you to shut up, have sex, and cook and clean. That's it. I don't care about your mental trauma. I don't care about any of it. Just stay in shape, clean the house, and cook. Okay? That's it. Have sex. None of this stuff she's saying has any relevance, okay? They don't care. They just don't want you bringing it into the bedroom. They don't want you bringing it home, okay? You can yap and do all your stuff with your girlfriends. Just come home, clean house, meals on the table, raise my kids, have sex. That's it. Listen how she's complicating a relationship.
Deal with your shit first. Be the right person so you can attract the right person. And to be honest, I must say it as blunt as I can. if you think that you've done all the work and you're amazing and you're still attracting toxic partners, these partners are still telling you what parts of you need to still work on. You know, it's as simple as that.
So you're getting feedback
100%
from your relationships in real time.
Rob, I was introduced recently to a guy through my friends, you know?
So let me just land this
Yeah.
quickly. Any flaw you see in someone else, that's a mirror
Is your
feeding
mirror.
back.
100%.
Fucking brutal.
100%. By the way, hello.
No, you know what's brutal is the fact that her friends just introduced her to a guy because she's single. She's single and over here talking about what men want and what men should be doing. You're single. I don't get it. It's like Sadia Khan. You're giving all this relationship advice, but you're divorced with it. You're a single mother and you're single, like begging Andrew Tate to take you to a hotel room. Okay? Thinking that you can just, change his mind with sex. Lady, like, I don't get it.
100%. By the way, hello, even business, it's a reflection of you, something you need to work on.
Yeah, but if you're big enough, you're going to get sued.
Yeah, no.
The end.
No, being sued is not an issue. But for example,
it's not an issue being sued.
no, it's not your issue. Haters can sue you. People who are in competition
Yeah.
with you can sue you. People can fake shit to sue you to make money.
Yeah.
So how is it not an issue? She's talking about business too. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. So being sued makes it's not important. It's not an issue. Of course it is. It's what you have to prepare for when you're dealing with business. If you're a business person, anybody successful in business is 9 times out of 10 going to get sued. That's what he's saying. I mean,
Being sued is not a reflection of who you are. No. But for example, let's say if I start a business and I've been in the past robbed from a lot of money, and my lesson to learn was to pay attention to the finances and to be more involved. And I
be my own pimp, okay? That's why I got on, OnlyFans, because my last pimp stole all my money. All my money. Who robbed her of what? What business did she have that she had a lot of money stolen? I'm just dying to know, okay? What? This is going to get good.
still attract someone that stole money from me, it means
You're not getting the lesson.
I'm not getting the freaking lesson. I need to go back and work on it again. So people are your mirrors. And I was telling you recently, I was introduced to a guy. The old me, if I met a toxic guy, I would run to him. Oh my God, my savior, my Prince Charming. Toxicity is my thing. I loved it, And my mom's like, and every time we used to sit with people, and people would ask my mom, what scares you in life? She's like, my daughter's taste of men. That scares me in life. And she's right. I had shitty taste because internally, my traumas were shitty. I had to work on them. My state was exactly the person I attracted.
But you're never going to attract a perfect person, so there's always going to be flaws.
Who wants perfect? Nobody's perfect. I just want the right... Look, Rob, when you do
But what is the right? Is right the same, the opposite?
what's right to you? It's you.
Do you know what's right?
For me,
So,
I know what's right for me.
Right. So are you in a relationship right now?
No, I'm single. I'm
Okay.
single AF, okay?
Yeah, that's why you're on the show. You're promoting your brand and yourself so that you can find a man. That's why you're on the show. You're vetting him right now. You're trying to find out how much money he makes, if he's worth it. You know what I'm saying? If he'll fall in line to everything you want, if he'll simp out for you because you're so hot. I mean, that's what you're doing here, clearly. All these women are single. Do you notice that? I mean, it's such extremes. Why are women giving this kind of advice? I don't understand. When their life is just so screwed up in a mess. Like, go figure it out first and then start giving advice. I'm serious. At least be engaged or something. I mean, and look this. I was right. She's wearing her own shirt. She's got her own face on her shirt.
But I swear.
No, but you know why he's laughing right now? He's like, I can't believe I actually thought I had a chance with this girl. Like, he's laughing because he actually thought that possibly, just possibly, there was a small chance that he could deal with her. He's like, no, can't.
No, but the thing is, like, healing doesn't teach you what's right or what you want. It teaches you something more valuable than that. It teaches you what you don't want. So now I know exactly what I don't want in a man.
Well, maybe that's why you haven't got one.
No, the thing is, my expectations are realistic. I'm not asking for like freaking something impossible that can be created in a factory. No, I'm asking for a man who's done the work, a best friend, a man who's successful because I'm successful. And whoever is going to call me a gold digger, it's okay. Because when a man wants a successful woman, it's okay. But when a woman wants a successful man, she's a gold digger, right? I need someone who is like success, as the same level of success as me. So we don't have issues in the relationship. Because
That's what causes the issues. You need a man who makes more money than you, right? Because then you respect them, okay? When you're equal, how does that work? And it has, because everything, and look, the only reason why I'm bringing up money is because that's what she's talking about. Everything is about money. Successful, I'm a gold digger, I'm not a gold digger. You see, her way of rating a man is financial. Now, there are women around here that don't care about money. There really, really are. There are women who are more concerned about being able to look up to a man that they feel can save them, can provide emotional stability here. You understand? It's not always about how much money somebody makes. But with her, she is a gold digger. She probably had a pimp. She probably was sleeping with her pimps. That's probably how she made the money. I mean, I don't know. I'm just making jokes, guys. But seriously, she does like money and she's looking for a rich guy. So, but that doesn't work. Not in a situation like this. If you like women like this, okay, you have to make more money than them. It's the absolute only way that they will ever respect you. If you're looking for a woman like this. Do you get where I'm going with this? Not all women are like this. There are women that look as good as her that don't have that mentality. But when you're dealing with a woman who cares about finances, you better make a lot more. And the gap better be wide.
a man is logical, a woman is emotional. And if a woman is doing better than a man, no matter how good a man is, he will feel left out. He will feel belittled. He will feel small. His masculinity will be hurt. And then when that happens, the result is ugly. The relationship gets ugly.
Right.
And then they both don't understand what went wrong. What went wrong is that you did not choose right. And it doesn't mean he's wrong. It just means look at what you want, look at what you need, look at what you don't want as well. So when I meet a man, the first thing I say is, let me tell you what I don't want. Because
you literally say that on a date. Let me tell you what I don't want.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, gentlemen, if any female does that, walk away. You don't start a relationship talking about negative things. You meet a man and you say, this is what I don't want. How, can you imagine living with her? She's insane. And by the way, her whole rationale there on what she just said like a second ago about this, that's not the reason why it doesn't work. You know what happens and she's like, oh, we don't know, neither party knows how it ended up that way. No, this is what happens. Women are one way when they're climbing. We're talking about her, we're talking about this kind of women, okay? She's climbing the top, okay? She needs a man, she's on her best behavior. Give her a little money, give her a little more, give her a little more, and what happens? Now the attitude starts. Now help her become successful in some way or another. And now she's like, I did this, I created this, get it? So now it becomes this thing where it's a competition where nothing is enough. And that's why the arguing starts, because she's unappreciative. She forgot where she came from. And now it's arguing. And that's why it doesn't work. What she's saying makes no sense. Okay? She's a selfish narcissist. She's wearing a shirt with her face on it. Okay?
Oh my God, Rob.
I haven't dated since like 1911. So you're telling me you're on a date and you're like, right, let me just tell you what I don't want.
Do you want me to take you through a date?
Fucking damn right,
All right,
yeah.
let's do this, okay? The first thing is if I sit with you and I already feel the energy is off, I would get up and tell you, for example, listen, I'm not feeling this and I don't want to order food. I don't want you to pay. I don't want you to do anything. I'm saving you and saving my time. I'm not feeling this. I leave. I respect my gut feeling that if I enter and we're 2 minutes into a date, I feel off, I leave. Because if I sit, I'm people pleasing. I'm pleasing you because I don't want you to think I'm bad. I don't want to make you feel bad. No, I don't people please. I take care of this human. Remember the pill I gave you? I'm taking care of this human.
But we need other humans.
What kind of pill did she give him? First of all, what she's saying makes no sense. Okay, you never do that because let's even talk about friendships. We've all been in this position. Haven't you ever met somebody that you didn't really like and then they turned out to be your best friend? Think about that. Have you never met somebody that you didn't like in the initial meeting and then they turned out to be your best friend? It happens all the time. What's the difference with that between that and a relationship? There are guys that chase women for months and months and months, years. And then all of a sudden, they fall in love and things work out. My father chased my mother for a long time. Everything isn't just instant like this because there's more to relationships than a physical presence. So what she's saying is that I walk in the room and I see you and I'm like, I'm not feeling you, but you don't know anything about the person. So basically you're that shallow that the only important thing is what you're wearing, how expensive your watch is, what you drove in on, are you in shape, what do you look like? And basically that's it. Because if you don't actually have a conversation with a man, if you don't converse with people, how are you ever supposed to feel them out? How are you ever supposed to get a feeling on how you feel about somebody if you don't get to know them in the slightest bit? Which makes no sense.
Of this human.
But we need other humans for connection and community, don't we? It feeds us.
Totally.
So if you just do whatever you want and put yourself first, isn't that quite selfish and disrespectful to others?
Not at all. It's selfless.
It's selfless to put yourself first, but isn't it selfish to put yourself first?
The thing is, how are you putting yourself first? I'm not saying, oh, screw all of you, I'm leaving, I'm better than everybody. No, then I'm an asshole, right?
Okay.
But for me to sit down and to tune in, because we as humans, we have an antenna. If you don't believe in energy, guys, we're all made out of energy. It's been scientifically proven. It's not just woo-woo language.
So sorry, I interrupted you. So you're 2 minutes into a date, you're not feeling the energy, you're just going to say, look, I'm going to save us. Respectfully, it's just not feeling off, nothing against you. See you later. Yeah. I'll save you the bill.
I've done it.
Can you imagine that?
And the guy thanked me for it. I swear to God. He's like, you know what? I respect you.
Yeah, he thanked you for it because he realized that he just dodged a bullet and you helped him. That's what he thanked you for, okay? Very different scenario here than what she thinks happened.
At least you're honest. He's like, I've been on dates where girls would drag me and then never pick up the phone and ghost me. I think it's very not masculine when a man just runs away and ghosts. Like, bro, just sit and say the truth. What's wrong with that? But when you care about what people think.
But a lot of people can't accept the truth. They get triggered by over fucking everything, don't they?
That's not your problem.
Okay.
How they perceive you is not your problem.
Well, you know what? How somebody would perceive that kind of behavior as just not a good person. You understand? It's just not a good person. And at the end of the day, you really want to surround yourself with basically good people. You understand how that works? You're not a good person. Because if you're that inconsiderate and cold to actually not show a man respect, okay, enough so you just say, guess what, I'm leaving, I don't want you to spend any money. Somebody took the time to get dressed, make a reservation, travel to a location to meet you, and that's how you treat them? I wouldn't treat a bum on the street that way, okay? That's just rude and disgusting and gross. And it shows exactly what kind of person, deep down, she is. So gross.
You don't own their reaction at all?
No. I don't. I own the truth. But listen, let me tell you something.
But I mean, there is no truth. Truth is subjective.
My truth.
Your perception, your opinion.
My opinion, no, the thing is, okay, there's perception, there is opinion, but there's also energy. Energy doesn't lie, Rob. I don't know.
I've heard that saying, but maybe you're not so great at reading it.
No,
plural, not you. I'm not pointing, but like energy doesn't lie. But man, it takes a lot to figure out what it all is and what it all means, and all these emotions and feelings.
Yes, when you haven't done the inner work, there's no alignment. You don't feel, you don't pick up stuff. And for example, I'll tell you.
Magnesium. What's next? Guys, this holistic stuff, okay? Yeah, I understand energy and everything, but there's just too many holistic healers. Well, I was like, my inner child said this, and I needed magnesium, and I was like, no. Okay, all of this nonsense is just a mask. It's a mask. It's a girl that's trying to feel important, trying to feel smart, trying to feel like she has something interesting going on. It's all BS. It's bullshit. Okay? I'm serious. Okay? Come on. She's making absolutely no sense. And there's a slew of women that are all these holistic healing, and you don't need a degree, you don't need this, there's no training for it. It's just inner work. I done my inner work. What inner work have you done? Okay? What inner work have you done? And I don't believe in any of that stuff either. Oh, I need a psychologist. You have to run to a psychiatrist and a psychologist for every little thing. There are certain people that have mental illnesses that need psychiatrists, okay? I'm not saying that they don't. But every single person has to see a psychiatrist, psychologist. It's like Hollywood. Everybody has a therapist. For what? For what? Because you can't make a common sense decision on your own? That's what it gets to. Or I'm going to my psychic every week for them to tell me what to do? Think about it. Unstable. She's unstable.
If I wasn't healed, the old me would feel awkward. And you know what I tell myself? Maybe he's just cute. I'm nervous. I don't know what to say. I'll convince myself with bullshit to stay. But the truth is, that's not it. Energy does not lie. There's a field of energy surrounding me, surrounding you. When they clash, I can feel it. But I'm not saying get up and leave. I am respectfully, with empathy, with sympathy, with full human respect and integrity.
Yeah.
You walk away.
Right.
You treat him as a human being. You don't disrespect anybody. Because if you disrespect someone, that is trauma. You have trauma. Why are you being mean to people? I don't believe in that.
No.
So I've done.
That's not mean. That's not being mean to people. So you know how embarrassing that is? So a gorgeous girl like her comes in, okay? You're waiting at the table or at the bar, wherever you're waiting for her, right? Obviously, it's some exclusive place because, you're not getting her to go to McDonald's or Chipotle. So she walks in. There's people in the restaurant, wherever you're meeting, and then she sits here, looks at you, and then leaves. Can you imagine what that feels like? Imagine what that actually feels like. She walks in, everybody's looking, or it feels like everybody's looking at you, get it? And then talks to you for like a second, 30 seconds, a minute, maybe 2, and then leaves. That's not embarrassing. That's empathy. That's kindness. That's about the rudest, most disrespectful thing I have heard yet to date.
I don't believe in that.
No.
So
okay,
I've done that.
So let's say we've got past you haven't left after 2 minutes.
So let's say I like you.
Yeah. So now I'm getting the list, am I?
Yeah.
Well, you can't be this, you can't do that.
No. I don't say you can't.
Okay,
you can't,
so how'd you do it?
It's very simple. Like we get into a bit of conversation and I say, listen, do you want to have 9 dates? And then we fall in love and then realize we're not meant for each other and then realize we're not aligned. Our ethics and morals are not the same. But then we're in love and it's too late now. There's emotions involved. I say, or do you want us to have an honest conversation from the beginning where I can save us the heartache, the pain, respect each other and what we want. And let's just have an honest conversation.
But what about the fun, the organic nature, the mystery of dating and...
No, I don't waste time on that.
So that's what dating's about. What is she talking about? And by the way, gentlemen, an honest conversation. Okay, look, you have to earn people's trust. Okay, that's why you should date people for a minute. You don't just jump into bed with them. You have to earn people's trust. You have to get to know people. How do you have an honest conversation with somebody you've never met? How? You meeting them for the first time, you're going to just tell them every single thing? You're just some open book, socio-emotional mess? Think about what I'm saying. No one is perfect. We all have issues, right? But it takes time to, gain the trust of somebody to actually open up to you about certain things. So what she's saying makes absolutely no sense. And he makes an excellent point. What about the organic part of dating? Dating is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be life experience, okay? You're supposed to have experience in dating. In other words, like life experiences. Like you have to look back and be like, remember when we met? Remember when we were here? Remember this thing? Oh my God. Remember when you took me on the trolley in New York and like I thought it was going to shut down and had a panic attack and then you realized, oh, I'm claustrophobic. Get what I'm saying? Like you have to go through things with people. So if you don't want to put effort into actually meeting somebody, and this is the problem with her. She wants to just meet somebody, and so what do? You meet somebody, your instincts, your wisdom, your holistic knowledge tells you he's the one, and then what, you go down straight to City Hall and get married? How does that work? So how this is what he's asking her. I'm dying to see what she's going to say here.
No, I don't waste time on that. Since when is lying to people and pretending to like a dinner and enjoying, I'm enjoying the days? Since when has this been our reality? Since when is lying to ourselves and to people acceptable?
But sometimes you can not enjoy something and it's not their fault, it's your fault. You're stressed, you've got a lot of things going on.
You have to have discernment. You have to know yourself, Rob. The thing is, sometimes I've been on a date where I was tired, but I knew I was tired. I knew it wasn't him.
Yeah.
I have to have discernment. I can't just dump my shit on people all the time, right?
But also, it takes time to get to know someone. You can't like force that all out on the first date.
Have you tried?
I haven't dated since 1911. So this is like, you're the master, I'm the student. At least with me, there would be no games.
I'll tell you, this method is a bullshit eliminator.
Okay.
Because I've sat with guys and they told me they're amazing, or my friends are hooking us up and all that. And I've said that. I said in the beginning, I'll save you time. Let's be honest with each other. He's like, what the hell? Is this a therapy session?
Well, there's your red flag, I guess.
Toxic masculine.
Yeah.
It's okay. He's ego. It's okay. And I say, you know what? It's fine. And I leave. And you know what?
Ego? She's talking about ego and toxic masculinity, and she's wearing her face on her shirt. And nobody wants a therapy session on a date, okay? Like, ladies, these women think that they're so into... This is the problem with women. College and this and Yale and all this crap. And, I want to be an intellect. I want to be an intellect. No man cares. They want you to be fun and exciting. This is why J-Lo has so many marriages. Yeah, she's messed up. Okay, she wants to be 19 forever. That's an issue, right? But her personality is why she keeps getting men over and over and over and over again. That's why. It's not because she's in good shape. It's not because she's famous. It's because she's fun. She's fun. Get it? Guys want somebody who makes them feel good. They want to feel good. They're stressed all day long. They're working. Everything's on their shoulders. They have to make money. There's pressure. They're constantly battling some battle. It's a constant climb for a man. They want to have fun. That's the purpose of women, to entertain men. I mean, think about what I'm saying. If you don't have a personality, you're useless, lady.
What I do in the end?
That phrase, sorry, I'm just jumping.
Yeah.
That phrase, toxic masculine, I mean, that was a bit quick label you threw out there.
It is toxic masculinity, because a real man who's in his masculine, he's comfortable with himself, he's okay to have an open conversation from day one. He's a man. He's not threatened. He's not scared. He's honest. He does not have to run away. He doesn't have to enjoy no, Rob, it's...
Okay. So you carry on you were just going to say something.
I've sat with a guy where he was toxic masculine.
Yeah, so
and he's like, can't we just have fun? Can't we just eat? You're weird, bro. And you know what? And I was like, okay, I can see the toxic masculinity. The thing is, when you do the inner work, you can pick up on people's traumas. So I say, you know what? I think the date is done. But I said, you're awesome. My friends told me great things about you. Maybe in another life. And I get up, and you know what I do when I leave?
Maybe in another life.
Do you know what I do when I leave? I pay the freaking bill without him knowing. I go and I pay it because he tried to insult me by saying, oh, what are you? Your mind's that you're a healer? What do you think? Now, the therapy session, he's indirectly belittling me. So respectfully, I'll pay the bill to belittle him when I leave.
Yeah.
That's it. As simple as that. So...
And you're not belittling him by trying to be a psychiatrist on the date? That's not belittling him. You're trying to be a psychiatrist on the date. You just met the man minutes prior, and you're not belittling him? I mean, this girl is literally just dumb. She's stupid. There's nothing worse than somebody who's pretending to be smart that's like really stupid, and we're looking at it, okay?
Oh, but I've been in dates where I was like, listen, this is how it goes. Like, let's say a good man, okay? Hey, how are you? Blah, 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 and all that. Listen. So let's cut to the chase. We can go through something and end up in a heartbreak. And I've been through a lot of heartaches, and I have a child, so I'm a responsible.
Oh, another single mother. Well, lady, we see why you're single, and we know why you're a single mother now. She has a child too. So you have the audacity to walk into these first dates as a single mother, expect a man to take on the responsibility of you and your child, and conduct yourself like this. Like, lady, you are throwing stones from a glass house. I mean, seriously?
Full conscious parent. I cannot just drag men into my life because I have a baby, you know, and I'm trying to set an example and all that. At the same time, I've been through a lot, so I don't have time for bullshit. Can we cut through the bullshit? I've met men who said, please do. What do you need? And I said, okay, so I am looking for a serious relationship which ends in marriage. It doesn't mean I want to marry you. I just met you. I don't want to scare you.
See, I told you why she showed up. She's really talking to him. She's like, you know, it doesn't mean I want to marry you. Yeah, she showed up to vet him out. Okay, but lady. This is crazy. This is absurd. This is the mentality of women today. This is what the school system has done. This is what happens when parents that have children and shouldn't be are raising. Who raised her? Who raised her? How do you end up like this? How many men have you dated? You think about how she's speaking. I've sat with men and done this. I've sat with men and done. How many of these dates has she actually been on? Okay? And how many men dodged her bullet? We know we've got one victim so far because she has a child with somebody.
It means my end goal is marriage. Is your end goal marriage? It can be to another man in the future. It can be to anyone, but that's my end goal. Is that your end goal? And if he says yes, great. We move on to the next conversation because I don't want to waste time. I don't want to go on dates, have dinners and all that, Rob. I don't want to. I don't have the energy to do that. I cannot drag my soul and my heart into things in and out that are unstable. I cannot do that to myself because I love and respect myself so much. I respect my energy. I respect my human experience so much that I'm not willing to do that anymore. I've done it. Not anymore. Okay. I love myself enough not to do that.
Yeah.
And you've asked me in the beginning what self-love is. This is self-love.
Right.
And as much as it sounds unrealistic in the real world because people date differently, but this is the right way to date. It's respecting each other. And then I ask him, what do you want in a relationship? We might not even work as a relationship, but we're having a conversation. It doesn't mean I want to marry you. It doesn't mean you are the one. I don't want to put that pressure on him. No, it means end goal. It's like saying, I want to be a famous author and I haven't written a book yet. What's wrong with that? That doesn't mean I want to be it right now. No, it means in my end goal.
Right.
So, and then I say, I have a kid. Are you okay with children? Yeah, maybe. No. Not yeah, maybe. I have a child. My child is my number one. And I will never put anyone above my child. Are you okay with that? Because if you had a child, I will do the same for you. I respect that for you. And I'll never want to be above your kid, you know? So we have that, and it becomes such a beautiful conversation, Rob, because you drop your armor, you drop your walls, you drop everything, and you just reel. And then after that, you decide whether you want to go on a second date and you just have fun with each other. Because now everything is out of the way. You got it out of the way before feelings are built. Because if we love each other, and then I realize that you are a piece of shit, or your ethics are different, or you love to club and get drunk till 4 a.m. with your boys, and I'm at home waiting. No, I don't want to find out this when we're in love with each other. Then it's harder to leave. I want to leave now when it's easier.
Right.
You know?
She's a liar. Okay, everything she just said is a lie. You know why? What gave her away is her saying that if she meets a man with children, that she never wants to be above his children. That's a lie. That's a lie. Lie. Okay? Women always want to be first. Don't let them fool you. That's why if you do get into a situation where you have a child with a woman, you really should try to figure out how to work it out, because they will make your life hell. Okay? You understand? She's, at some point, if she marries a man or gets with a guy that has a prior family, her personality here, she's not going to be able to deal with his kids. She's going to want to come first, and that's not going to happen. She's not going to put him first, though. Her kid comes first. You see? See how that works?
Easier.
Right.
You know?
And who pays for the bill on the first date?
A man.
A man?
A man is a provider and a protector. As simple as that. If I have to pay for a date, I'm not going on that date. I used to always pay for dates. Not anymore.
What about if you asked me? Shouldn't you then pay?
On a date?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's not about equality. It's about a man. Look, the thing is, the role of a man and the role of a woman, spiritually, physically, is different. You guys built our roads.
Yeah.
You guys can carry more weights than we do.
Yeah.
You guys can swim faster than we do. I don't argue with that. It's like you're telling me, okay, what if...
But so you're saying a man was built to pay the first date every time?
A man was built to provide. Provide means put the necessaries for a family, for a woman. Provider. It doesn't mean a mansion on the beach, Rolls Royce, Rolex watches. No, that if he wants to do that, it's up to him. Okay. Provide means safety, food, shelter, and all that for a family. Because
aren't there a lot of women though looking to abuse that? I just want to find someone who can finance everything for me, and I'll just take it. Thanks. And what are you giving in return?
So there are a lot of toxic women like that who are looking for just like a man to pay for their life.
Yeah.
And
so surely a great bullshit filter. So you've done the qualifier. You date qualify. What about just sitting there and waiting on the reaction? Because surely a good qualifier for a gold digger is to see how she responds to when the bill comes out. If she's got no willingness to even talk about who's paying.
So you're telling me, what if a man is testing me to see if I'm a gold digger?
I mean, you're just, I know it's not you and I.
Yeah.
But you're putting me through the test.
I'm not testing you. I'm having an honest conversation. It's not a test.
Okay, so then in that case, we need to have an honest conversation about the bill. Would you expect me to pay the bill every single time we went out?
But if we are in a relationship, I would pay to fix your car. If you're down, I'll lift you up. If you're my partner, yes, I would do whatever it takes for my partner. Yeah. But bro, I just met you. And it's a date, no? It's a date, and this is...
So you're saying the rules of engagement of the date is that the man pays for the date?
Of course.
So you say, of course, fine. And then the second date?
He pays.
And then the third date?
I would pay. Because there wouldn't be a third date unless he's fucking awesome.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I don't mind paying. A third date, you will see me pull out my card. Yeah. Fourth date, you see me pull out, try. I would always try. And
she'll take off her clothes too. Hands down. 3 dates and you know somebody? Is she nuts? This is delusional. You can't go on 3 dates. Okay, how long are dates? Even the longest dates, what? 5 hours, and that means you went to dinner, then you went to a Broadway show, or you went, you drove around, you looked out for a mile, and then you went to a club at night, you met with some other friends. I mean, 5, 6 hours. How long can a date be? You know somebody on time 3, so you're going to marry somebody on the 3rd date. You might have a feeling that this is the one, but you don't know somebody in 3 dates. Is she nuts?
Also sneak to pay sometimes, because I believe in this. If my man gets me a ring, I get him a suit. If my man gives me something, I give him something. I love love, and I love. There's
so many people that aren't like that, though, isn't there, in this world?
But let me teach you how to filter that shit.
Okay.
Rob, it's easy. Have you ever entered a room and sat with a gold digger and did not know she's a gold digger?
No, I suppose it's pretty obvious.
Pretty obvious, right?
Yeah.
And trust me, they can come dressed in suits, they can come covered up, they can come not covered up, they can come dressed in anything.
But then
energy doesn't lie.
So then if you've got that energy of someone who's a gold digger, the most fun thing in the world is to just sit there when the bill comes out and just watch them sweat.
Yeah, but
that'd be hilarious.
It would be fun. I would love to see something like that on TV, not in real life. I'll tell you why.
Right.
Because karma is a bitch.
But that's not unkind. And I'm not saying I'm not going to pay. I'm just going to watch what happens.
But you know why it's unkind? The whole shebang you did is funny. The intention is unkind. That's where the karma happened. Karma doesn't happen based on action, your intentions.
Yeah, but their intentions are unkind.
Yeah, but why did you have to do that? Just fucking leave. Why did you have to
pay and leave?
Why did you have to fill the table with food and make her pay? What if she can't afford it?
I'm not going to make anyone pay. Don't misunderstand me.
Then what, you were testing?
Well, you just said, I'm getting the energy of a gold digger and I don't want a gold digger. What am I going to... So you're saying I should say, look, the energy's off here. I just don't think we're going to work. I'm going to take the bill.
You missed the twist, the plot of
Remember,
the story.
I haven't dated since 9...
Now, she does make one point, okay? So if guys, and she does make a point. If you see a woman that you like and you ask her to dinner or something like that, right? And you bring her to some exclusive place, maybe she can't afford it. You have to understand what you're dealing with too. You can't just invite somebody to dinner and then not expect to pay the bill. Because, what if she can't afford it? You see what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean after that, if you feel like she's a gold digger, that you have to take her out again. You see? So, common sense here. You know what I'm saying?
Remember, I haven't dated since 9/11. So this is everyone watching, you should just see this as me learning. And clearly, I'm a good beginner student.
No, so you said if I was out with a gold digger, it'd be fun to watch the bill come in the end. So you you already knew she was a gold digger. Why'd you stay? Respect yourself enough to get up.
But you might answer a question wrong on this show that I don't want. I'm not going to get up and leave. It's fun. It's fun to have a bit of awkwardness and weirdness and interaction and see how people are.
You can have a narcissist sit in this show. You're not having a relationship with them. You're not eating with them. You're not friends with them. It's just a transactional show. I leave, then I'm gone. Right?
See how she said, I leave, then I'm gone? Yeah, she knows she's a narcissist. She's talking about herself.
It's an episode.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it is different.
See,
okay, so you teach me then. Teach me.
I swear to God, I cannot emphasize on this. If you want to pick up, see, the thing is, think of us as computers, right? We have codes, right? Our codes are in our frequency and it's surrounding us in a radius, right? Whatever you think, you feel inside, you don't have to speak it. You don't have to act it. It's coded in your energy. That's why when you walk in a room, somebody's smiling, but you're like, oh my God, babe, are you okay? I feel like you're not okay. And she's smiling. It's because energy doesn't lie. Her body language can lie. Her dressing can lie. His dressing can lie. Energy doesn't lie. When someone's feeling down, you know it, even if they don't say it. Because energy, guys, tune into your freaking energy. But when you do the inner work, there's more alignment and the antenna is out more. When you're not done the work, the antenna's inside and it pings you every now and then. But when you do the inner work, the antenna's out and you pick up on every single thing energetically. And you don't have to disrespect anyone when you walk away from something because you don't need to disrespect someone to feel good. Respectfully, with love, with empathy, leave.
Gentlemen, what is she, a chiropractor? The alignment. We're not chiropractors. You're on a date. Alignment. Come on. Look, guys, just find a basic nice girl. Just find somebody basic. These overly complicated women are so bizarre. And it's becoming further and further and further and further in no man's land. The mentality that these women have, that it's just mind-boggling to watch. Now women are really becoming on Mars and men are on Venus or vice versa, whatever it is. Just get a simple, normal, nice, kind human being. She ain't it. All right, I'm Dubrava. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.